Good morning, everybody. It's Diana at Catherine Diana Studios, and it's the day after Christmas, also known as Boxing Day, throughout many parts of the world, the UK, and well, I don't even know all the countries, but anyway, and Boxing Day is the day that normally you go and visit friends and exchange gifts and such after spending the day, Christmas Day, with your family. But obviously we can't be doing that this year. So anyway, I hope your Boxing Day is nice and restful, peaceful, relaxing, safe and healthy. Since this is the year that I guess we all can focus on our self-care, I guess, as much as we can, since we can't be out and about as much as we'd like. So, anyway, I hope you had a wonderful Christmas, a wonderful Hanukkah. It's Kwanzaa now. Let's see, Festivus was the other day. So, whatever you celebrate or don't celebrate, I hope you had a lovely time. So, anyway, I thought I'd do a quick video because I haven't done one in a while. You know, for a year that's as low-lying as it is, there are times I have never been more busy. Even though I'm not volunteering as much as I used to and all that, it's just amazing how busy I've been. But I decided this year to go all out for Christmas, and it's just me and my husband. And I went ahead and just went bonkers and did up several Christmas trees in the house, and just because I hadn't for several years really done much. So I decided this year, let's go all out. So I spent a lot of time just making my house all pretty. So anyway, and I need to take more pictures. I have pictures on my Instagram. You know, maybe I'll do a video tour. I'm not sure, but I got a boatload of pictures on Instagram and my Facebook page, and I haven't put any on my Twitter, but that's okay. So anyway, so I wanted to say hi, do a video. You can see I'm wearing my robe, and I'm wearing it to keep myself a little bit warmer. It's kind of chilly where I live. I live in Idaho, and so it's cold. Anyway, what am I doing? Oh, you might hear my husband running the vacuum. You probably can possibly hear the washing machine, which is just in the room next door. That's going, and it's raining outside. It alternates between rain and snow, and so sometimes the rain starts hitting the window, which is right behind me, so you might hear some noise. And you might hear me take a sip of my coffee. So if you've got coffee or tea or whatever you're drinking, grab it quick. Oh, yummy. Have a wonderful sip there, and let me show you what I'm doing. I have a family member who bought one of these ornaments. I'm sure you've probably seen them online. I don't know if you can... Well, I guess I don't need that because I don't think this is picking up. My supplies are all along here. It's a big mess, you know, so... Anyway, it was kind of messy and wasn't painted very well, and you know, like you can see here, this is their paint that goes beyond the line here and goes into the little pom-pom piece and such. And you know, I could obviously fix that, but my paint colors don't match, and if I start to do touch-ups, that means I have to paint the whole thing all over again, and I really didn't want to do that. So I told her that I would go ahead and touch up what I could and maybe pizzazz it up as she wanted it. So, you know, the glitter on the ornament was really faint, you know, and thin in some areas. So I didn't have the exact same color glitter either. So, you know, I just used my regular glitter glue here to kind of jazz it up. And you can see a little bit of the other color kind of peeking through, but that's okay. But I tried my best to kind of cover it up. There's a lot of messy spots with the glitter, and you know, I can't do much with it. I've been trying to pick some of it off, and some of it does come off and some of it doesn't. And the reason it doesn't is the stuff that does was just anything that kind of spilled over from when I added some glitter on to cover up mistakes and whatnot that they had, the thin spots. And others, the reason it won't come off, or the reason some of it won't come off, let me untie my tongue, is because once this was made at the manufacturer, then they put a finish on it, and then so it's underneath the finish, so there's nothing I can do. So anyway, so I just added some glitter for her. It took me a second. I didn't realize, you know, I looked at that, I'm like, gosh, that looks like a, you know, like a Mississippi riverboat wheel, an old ship's wheel, you know, that type of a thing. And then I looked at it like, oh, wait a minute, that's the actual virus, how it looks. Obviously, it's solid, and it has these pokey little thingies out as well. So I realized that's what it was. So anyway, but it's 2020 in the toilet paper. And it's cute and all. And she wanted something else. So I just added some embellishments here. She wanted it to say Merry Christmas, and so that's what I ended up going with. And I used stickles and some Michael's, you know, glitter glue, and then this glitter glue, excuse me, I picked up at Hobby Lobby. And then I used Martha Stewart flocking, which you can't get anymore. You know, I've mentioned a number of times in some of my videos that I used to teach classes at Michael's arts and crafts stores. And so I have a bunch of these containers of Martha Stewart flocking in, you know, probably 10 colors at least. Anyway, so it added that texture for the, you know, for a Santa hat. You know how Santa hats usually have that fake fur kind of look to it. So I thought that was cute. So anyway, so that's what I did. Obviously, I can't fix that unless I have to repaint the whole thing, because if I trimmed up that line there where they went over the line, then my white paint would be different than their white paint. It would stand out even more, and I'd have to go over the whole thing, and I just didn't have time for that. So and she didn't want me to do that either. So, and this is for a special friend of hers, and so I thought, well, I'll come up with something. So anyway, so what I'm going to do this morning is just show you what I did to kind of jazz it up. And I'm also going to finish, I think what I'm going to do is put a little bit of glue along here, a bead of glue along here, and do a little more flocking and see if I can neaten up. Is that such a word? I lived in the South here in the States for a while, so I've picked up all kinds of terms like that, you know, y'all, neaten up, none ya, stuff like that. So anyway, so I'll maybe neaten up the edge, as they say. I'll try my best to kind of correct that. So anyway, so I used, to kind of doctor this up, I used, it's a Recollections product, which is from Michael's. And it's not like I'm, you know, I don't get paid from Michael's or anything like that, at least not yet. Maybe someday I might, I don't know. Well, I did a long time ago when I worked there, but anyway, but I do, you know, have a lot of their products and use theirs. But I also go to Hobby Lobby, and I go to Craft Warehouse, and I buy from Simon Says, and I buy from, you know, all the online scrapbook.com, all that stuff. So I, you know, I use everybody's products, but I do tend to have more Michael's products just because when I was working there, I was buying it all the time, you know. So anyway, so I use this, and they still sell this, and or of something like it, and I've probably had this one for ages, I think. So I ended up going with this one here, and I think this is also, this could be a Hobby Lobby thing, I don't remember, but it also could be a Michael's product, I'm not really sure. So I pulled the holly from this set, and I just trimmed it, cut the holly leaves off and the berries and put them behind, and then I just took the Merry Christmas from this set. It was right here, and I took that off and just glued them on, and they turned out really cute. So I thought about doing some kind of thing like this, because I knew if I painted over this, because it's already sealed, I might not get a good grip. The product might not grip on it very well, and I did go over it with a Posca pen, and it kind of sat on there funny. I mean, I didn't give it a chance to dry because I didn't like the finish. It didn't come out neat and clear. I'll show you. You know, I was practicing, and here on the paper, you know, it's fine, and you know, and it's okay. When I put it on this product, this ornament, it ended up kind of wide and thick, and it just kind of sat there. So, and then I kind of played around with maybe, you know, little ho 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 cutouts, because originally I thought, well, maybe I'll just do ho 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 in each one of these little individual, these are imitating toilet paper, you know, sections. So I thought about the ho ho ho, and I didn't like that either, so I ended up going with this. So anyway, but I was going to fix this flocking and show you what I did, and just show you, you know, it's pretty easy. If you've got an ornament or something that needs a little pizzazz, or something that needs you fix up, you know, say you have some vintage ornaments that belong to someone special in your family, you know, that's maybe damaged in a section or missing a section, you know, like those old-fashioned sequined ornaments. I used to make those with my grandmother back in the 70s, and I inherited a couple of hers. I didn't inherit the ones that I loved, my favorite ones of hers, nor the ones that I actually made with her, but I did inherit some of them, and I buy them too. If I see them online for a good price, I'll buy them to just kind of add to the collection. And sometimes, you know, they're missing some spots, and you can obviously fix them with sequins and pins and pins and whatnot, and put them. But also, if you want to kind of change it up a little bit, you can take anything like this, you know, little piece, and add something like this along, and add a new twist to it. If you want to make it a little more contemporary and maybe not have it look so vintage 60s and 70s, you know, whatever your style is. So there's all kinds of things you can do. So anyway, so I just thought I'd just show you kind of what I did, and fix this and just have a chat, because I haven't made a video in a while because I've been a busy bee, and honestly just not taking the time when I've had plenty of opportunities to make videos, and I've just been tired, you know. I've been busy and tired, just like everybody is this time of year. And I think maybe we are more so this year because we're all stressed out, you know, waiting for all this to get over with, and so we can get back to a normal life. I'm just going to use all-purpose glue. I have some extra strength Elmer's, but I can't seem to get it to come out this morning, and I've had it for a while. You know, maybe I just don't have that open enough. That's possible. And I've had it for a while, and it's very possible that it's just kind of hard in the container. Oop, there it is. So I was thinking, well, I'll just skip it. And skip that and just go on to this one, because this is fine. You know, I probably should get a paintbrush, because I'll be honest, it's not easy to do thinner detail work with such an obnoxious big thing here. So I have small ones, but they're out in my garage. Alright, so that's a little bit neater area. It's got a straight line. It doesn't look quite so sloppy as the area, you know, that came from the manufacturer, the way it was painted. So, and I'm hoping that she will be really happy with this, because she gave me no specifics on what she wanted. She just said, jazz it up for me, because she thought it was too plain. And I'm like, yikes. I tried to fish for information, you know, who's it for, and what do they like, and that kind of stuff. And she's like, oh, I don't know, and why don't you try this, or why don't you try that? And I'm thinking to myself, well, I could, but I want to, you know, I want to make her happy. So hopefully, woo! Yeah, I definitely recommend go get a junky paintbrush or a toothpick. That would be good to try to work on this more even line. See if I can do that across there. I only need a little bit, so that's just too much, and I'm afraid I'm going to have a big glob come down here, which looks like I did. So anyway, all right, so I'm going to sprinkle on some of that flocking. See if I can neaten up that mess there. Ooh. It's like it's snowing in the house. We had snow showers this morning, and then rain. Goes back and forth. Little bouts of flurries and then rain. But some of those flurries were had some really big flakes. They were impressive. Looked like they were, I don't know, golf balls coming out of the sky. It's pretty wild. So, alrighty. I think that this is probably gonna do it. I think it's a little thin right there. In that little spot right there. So I'll put some more whatchamacallit stuff on it glitter glue. All right, so right now I'm going to pour this back in. There's a little bit of glitter on this, but you know how it is with glitter. A little bit gets everywhere. There's not much you can do about it. So it can just go back in, I guess. Normally I'm pretty picky about that kind of stuff, but I'm not sweating the small stuff as much as I used to. I don't know if that's age or just this year. Oh, look, I have a... Oh, that must... I think that came off of one of the... of this thing. There we go. I'm pretty sure it came off of there. So I had a little... got stuck to my robe, so... And now because it is not sticky anymore. Oh, well. But I do remember seeing that on there last night. Let me just get it in there. There we go. Good enough. Alrighty, let me put this away. And the last thing I'm going to do, because this is fairly thick cardstock, well, now that I put it away, I'm going to take it out again. This particular set, I want it to last, you know, because, you know, ornaments sometimes end up kind of banged around and such. And so I thought to protect it, I'd put maybe some, wait, let me put this over, whoops, put this over here. I thought I'd use some Collage Pie, if I can get this one in and get it out. Here we go. I've only seen it, I think they have it at Michael's. I bought this one at Hobby Lobby and used my coupon a long time ago. But one of the things I've noticed, the difference between this and Mod Podge, which I love, and I use it. I use the matte, I use the glitter, I use the high gloss, you know, the glossy finish. I use them all. But it just depends on what I'm using it for. But when I don't want to see any marks, any streaks, any patterns, any brush marks, any fingerprints when you're dotting it on or something like that, I use this because this works better for that. So what I'm going to do, just to give it a test run, is pour a little bit out here, and this is probably really hard. It is. I had a little bit of glue on the corner last night and I forgot about it, so my brush is a little hard, so I'm going to have to really soak that today. What I'm going to do, since this is that just cut up, sorry, I don't have a lot of space. I've been working so much, as I'm sure a lot of you have, crafting, you know, making journals and special orders and, you know, this, that, and the other, and my workspace, my desk is normally, my actual workspace on my desk is normally about, what is that, 1, 2, 3.5 feet long by, I don't know, almost 3 feet wide, and right now my space is like this. That's it. So not very much. So anyway, so I'm going to take this and just see what kind of finish I'm going to get. Even though this has glitter on it, if I do it on this, it's still going to show me, you know, what, if it's going to have brush marks or fingerprint marks or whatever. Because, you know, sometimes the rules aren't hard and fast about what kind of effect you're going to get when using Mod Podge on something, because it depends on the finish that's on the item, you know. So anyway, I think the brush marks, yeah, if I do just a light coat, I think that'll be fine. I don't know, can you see that? Obviously I need to wipe this out because it's just going to adhere this to it and it'll never come off. But give it a whirl. I try to do test drives on a lot of things first before I make the commitment to them, because nothing's worse than when you do something and it doesn't turn out the way you want, and then you're kind of stuck with the problem, you know? So I can go ahead and probably take that off. And what's nice about testing it on this is A, I get the results. B, I can just wipe it off and it's basically back to how it was. And see, if I didn't wipe it off, all you have to do is, you know, stick glitter glue on it and boop, problems go away. Glitter glue fixes just about every little mistake you could ever imagine. It's just when it comes to, you know, how something, the finished product looks, you know, it's just does such a nice job of adding color, texture, and covering up mistakes. Yay, bonus. So anyway, all right, so here we go. Do I have a smaller brush? I do. This thing is just a big monster. My other brushes are in the kitchen. I've already cleaned them. So, all right, let's see what we get. This is the smallest brush I have right now. So, I really want to get these edges just so there's a little extra protection. You know, I think I'm going to get a smaller brush because I just realized with the glitter on these other pieces, if I'm not careful, I may end up with pieces of glitter on this Merry Christmas piece here, and I don't want that. I'm going to get these edges a little better protected. Kind of glob on a little bit of extra and then pull the rest off, I guess. Oh, I hope this turns out okay. Should, but you know, how many times have we had a should moment and it turned into a great big oops moment? I know I have. So all right, let me give that a few seconds. All right, I've got one more tiny little brush. Oh, what's this one? Yeah, that one's kind of, I'll go with this, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I just hope it works. I'm a little worried it might dull some of the glitter. So, and if it does, I'll just go over it again, I guess. Try and catch all that. You know, that was kind of dumb. Here, learn from me. You know how I just did the green one here? I should have done the other green one first before I went to the red, because if any red glitter comes off, it's going to go straight onto that. Now, I just kind of ran the brush across and I don't see any red glitter. So, that was dumb. I know better than to do that. So, can I blame it on I haven't taught in a while, so I'm not in my teaching mode? Does that work? I think that's what I'm going to stick to. Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket. All right, let's see if I can get that just a smidge more. Oops, I got to make sure and remember that this is still wet here. I think I'm going to do another layer of flocking because I can see the bleed through. Can you see that right there? From where their paint was on there, you know, and red is a much deeper pigment than the white, so deeper color. Sounds like someone has their leaf blower going on outside, which would be weird. It's raining. All right. Well, this right here. Oops. Got a cramp in my hand. Goodness. That turned out okay. I realize I can, wait a minute, I've got it upside down for the camera anyway. There's a little bit of lines here. Very, very faint. Very faint. So that's okay. Not so bad. I'm a little worried about this. It's on pretty darn thick. So I think I might try to do this here. some of it off. Because the most important part, obviously the glitter is important too, but the most important part is, you know, this is cardstock that's, you know, fairly thick, but it's multiple layers on top of each other, and I don't want the edges to get, you know, nicked or, you know, by tree branches or tree needles rather and stuff, and I don't, or other ornaments when it's being stored, and you know, that'll just help contribute to its demise if it something gets compromised in one of those layers, and then you know how they start to peel up. So I'm thinking maybe if I at least get all the edges done, I'll add a little extra protection. So I think what I'm going to do, and I wanted to do this anyway, because blotting up some of the Mod Podge did pull up some of the glitter, but I was thinking about putting more glitter on anyway because it was so faint and it's not as thick as this. So anyway, so let me get one more. You know what? I'm going to do this along here because it should stick to this. And do one more bit of flocking here. Not as easy to use these brushes when they have adhesive on them and they're starting to lose their flexibility. It does not want to flex where I want it to go, and it's splitting in two, and so I need to get this in some nice soapy water quick like. Pronto. All right, let me do that and grab, oops, another piece of paper, grab my flocking again, and all right, that looks better. Okay, so all I got to do get this guy, these guys, get this stuff right back in here. Oop, still some there. Try not to pour any of my coffee. Don't think that would probably be good. Alrighty, we got that, and what the heck, I'm just getting adhesives all over my brushes anyway, so I might as well just keep right on going. So I'll just dab a little more. Along here, maybe. There we go. And you know, this glitter glue, a lot of times you find it at Dollar Tree. Just look for it whenever you go in. If they don't have it, it'll show up. It seems to be, well, it depends on what store I go to. We have a couple in where I live, and some stores, as a matter of fact, you can call and see which store in your town is the main store, the biggest one. Because the biggest store in our area isn't too far from me. It's a couple of miles. I have to go a little out of my way. But they do have a bigger selection. You know, more items, more of those items than some of the other smaller stores. So, anyway, so, you know, try that if you have a Dollar Tree near you. And if you don't, you know, they do sell online. You have to buy, excuse me, you have to buy sometimes X number of items. And if it's too much, you know, you might want to try, now see, my red is different than their red. Their red is orangey red, my red is Christmassy red. So I'm going to add little dots of it all over the place. That happened here too. It's a little more orangey. So, but anyway, maybe you can go in with a couple of friends, you know, if your minimum purchase is 12 items or 24 items or whatever. You know, it's a nice way for you and your friends to get a couple of items. So anyway, so, you know, crafting doesn't have to be crazy expensive. It certainly is. There's no doubt about that. But you can find bargains and, you know, look online for used items. And oh my gosh, I use Facebook Marketplace a lot. And I go to my thrift stores and buy those bags of stamps and stuff. I get a lot of my rubber stamps off of Facebook Marketplace as well. Can't seem to untie my tongue. Got some great, I don't think I have them. Did I bring them in here? I thought I did. They might be in the other room. But I got some great travel theme stamps 2 or 3 days ago. It was a porch pickup kind of a thing. And it was $6. And they're fabulous. And I make a lot of travel journals, so and I don't see them. I think they're still out in the kitchen on my little office cabinet countertop area by the coffee maker. So next time I get more coffee, which I think I'll have a sip now. Yum. Get that. There you go. So anyway, all right, so this is done. All I have to do is have it dry, and then I'm going to hang the little hanger back on, which was a piece of, just a piece of ribbon that it came with. I took it off so I wouldn't get anything on it. And that's it. So that's doctoring up a kind of boring, well, it was boring, but it wasn't well painted. And not that this is a Michelangelo work of art either, because it isn't. There's still mistakes you can see, but it looks, I promise you, it looks way better than it did. But it turned out really cute. So, you know, you can always buy an inexpensive ornament, and you can doctor it up, and it adds some of your own personality on there. It personalizes it for someone that you care about. So there's that. Thought I'd show you that. Oh, and while I'm at it, show you what came in the mail day before yesterday. I'm so excited. They came on Christmas Eve. Actually, one of them I got about a week ago, but I was on eBay, and 100 vintage library cards, which I love these. I used to work in libraries. I started in high school. Actually, I didn't work in libraries. I volunteered. Let's put it that way. I never got paid, but I started then, and I was so excited. So these, I have these here, and here's another pack. So these are great to be decoupaged or just on their own, inserted in, you know, into tuck spots and pockets in your journals and stuff. And they're really neat. They really surprise people, especially when you're making things that an older person's going to get, someone who's not from the 100% it's all internet age. And it brings back some nice little memories of, you know, how things used to be done not that long ago. So anyway, so it's pretty cool. And I think I got one pack for like, I want to say $8 and one for 10. It wasn't much at all. So anyway, and with the shipping, it was pretty cheap. So anyway, it was kind of fun. And, you know, I got a bunch. So I'm going to put together some journaling kits, and I'm going to put these inside. So I'm not going to do that right away. It's probably going to be mid-January before I start that. But I'm still going to put them through and list them on my Etsy site, or maybe my eBay shop. I'm not sure. One or the other. So anyway, so there's that too. So hope you all are safe and healthy and happy and are doing okay. So anyway, I know there's a lot of need out there, and things are rough, and I guess if we have the ability to do something to help somebody, you know, I guess we just try to do what we can, and hopefully very soon this worldwide nightmare is going to be over. So anyway, so take care of yourselves, and I hope you had wonderful holidays, and there it is again, and I'll talk to you soon. So take care, okay? Bye.